Taxes in Germany are an absolute nightmare, right? But what if the German government would let you file your tax return with just one single tap on your smartphone? That's what Finanzamt is promising us with Elster starting this July. Now I wonder, is this a dream come true, or is this the fastest way to lose hundreds of euros that are actually yours? Let's break down this one-click tax return Elster update so you know how to get the maximum tax refund and claim the expenses the government missed before you hit send. The way it works is pure German efficiency, because Finanzamt automatically pulls data electronically. We are talking about your official income certificate from your employer, your pension statements, and your health insurance contributions. Elster takes this data and generates a draft of your tax return, including a preview of your tax refund. You simply review the numbers on your screen, and if everything looks correct, you can send it off to Finanzamt with just one single tap. You can already register since April, and the official launch starts on July 1st, 2026. All you need is a verified Elster account on elster.de using your 11-digit tax ID. If you don't know your tax ID, the fastest way to find it is to check your payslip. Look at the top where your personal information is for the word Steuer-ID. After registering, you get your activation code sent by physical mail after about 1 to 2 weeks. In the meantime, you can already download the MeinELSTER Plus app on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download it, but don't do anything before you have watched the video until the very end. Now, before we come to the disadvantages that can cost you a lot of money, what are the advantages of the new Elster one-click tax return? Since you no longer have to print out forms, sign them and mail them back to the authorities, you can see that Germany is finally entering the digital age, which I think we can all appreciate. And the built-in receipt scanner inside the app is incredibly smart. You can just take a photo of your receipt and invoices with your smartphone, and the app uses text recognition to read the amounts and categories automatically. So you can finally say goodbye to that old shoebox full of messy paper. And because everything is digital, the biggest benefit is the sheer convenience and the enormous amount of time that you save. Finanzamt automatically imports all your data from your employer and social security, so you can skip the annoying manual typing, which means, in the best case scenario, which we'll come to in a moment, your tax return is literally finished in just a few seconds. Plus, before you make that final tap, you get full transparency with a preview of your tax calculation. This means you see exactly what your refund or your payment will look like before Finanzamt even gets your file. And when they do get it, they can process your filing much faster because everything is standardized, meaning your tax refund lands in your bank account a lot quicker than before. On top of that, Elster is 100% free. Every other option to file your taxes, whether it's a tax app, Lohnsteuerhilfeverein, or a private tax advisor, can cost you up to hundreds of euros. Elster and the MeinELSTER Plus app costs you absolutely nothing. Is it a little more complicated than other options? Yes, but at least Elster helps you to avoid mistakes. There cannot be any typos when the system pulls data directly from your employer, and it even runs an automatic check to make sure your return looks plausible, which means far fewer follow-up questions from your local Finanzamt, hopefully at least. And this is where you need to make a critical distinction for your financial future. Elster can help you process your past data for free, but it will never show you how to optimize your setup to pay less taxes in the future. So if you want to stop overpaying taxes, whether that is through tax-efficient investing or optimizing your social security, you can book a free meeting with us right here. Just note, we are not tax advisors, so we cannot file tax returns for you. Our goal is to analyze your situation and help you pay less taxes in the future. Now it gets important, because all that convenience can quickly become a massive disadvantage if you aren't careful. Tax experts are warning about the hidden risks that could cost you hundreds of euros because Elster has one massive blind spot. It only knows the data that has already been reported electronically, plus the standard flat rates for tax deductions. Individual deductions, which is where the real magic happens, are completely missing. If you commute to work and want to claim the Pendlerpauschale, or if you work from home and want to claim your home office days, this is not automatic in Elster. Costs for work equipment, insurances, donations, medical bills, nothing included. So if you just click send without typing in these manually, you're effectively donating your hard-earned money to Finanzamt. And that leads us straight into the next disadvantage, a false sense of security. When Elster presents a finished document on your screen, it is incredibly tempting to assume it is 100% complete and correct. But we just talked about that it is not, because Elster doesn't know your individual expenses. And if you realize after clicking that one button that you forgot to add your deductions, you face a very tight window to fix it. You generally have a strict deadline of 1 month to file an appeal against your digital Steuerbescheid. Which brings us to another must-known update. Once you set up your Elster account and use the app, your tax assessment will be delivered to your digital Elster mailbox only. No more physical letters in the mail. So if you happen to miss the email or if it lands in your spam folder, your 1 month deadline for corrections can easily expire. So remember, Elster is engineered to process massive numbers of simple standard cases. It offers 0 tax tips, 0 strategic advice, and it will never remind you about forgotten deductions. Relying blindly on this proposal is the fastest way to leave money on the table. Now, there's only one more thing to do. Let's look at the very specific challenges you face as expats when you want to use the new Elster one-click tax return. Number 1 is the target group. The one-click solution sounds incredible until you realize it is limited to employees, singles, and people without kids. As soon as you are married, have kids, work as freelancer, have rental income or global income from investments back home, you cannot use the one-click tax return right now. But don't worry, Finanzamt wants to improve Elster, so you may be able to use it next year. Number 2 is the language barrier. Yes, the Elster website has an integrated translation tool from DeepL, but the actual tax forms and guidance notes are excluded from that translation. So if you want to check the draft or add your individual expenses, you may still have to fight your way through complex German tax vocabulary. So if you want to use the Elster one-click tax return, here's your step-by-step strategy. First, ignore the deadline panic. If you are a standard single employee or a married couple in tax classes 4 and 4, filing your taxes is voluntary, generally speaking. So you are not forced to rush your click by July. You actually have up to 4 full years to submit your tax return voluntarily. Second, you can actively opt out of the digital-only mailbox. If you prefer to review your final tax assessment the traditional way on paper, you can simply log into your Elster profile and withdraw your consent for electronic delivery. That way, you don't miss any email in your spam folder. And third, try specialized expat tax tools as well as Elster. Commercial tax software is explicitly designed to guide you through an English questionnaire, actively asking you about personal deductions like moving expenses or home office days, ensuring you maximize your tax refund. Maximizing your tax refund is also the topic of this video. So watch that next if you want to get your hard-earned money back. I thank you for watching until the very end und bis zum nächsten Mal.